Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week, brought to you by La Valley Building Supply. I'm Mike Pizzone, and we're here at Lebanon High School, where it's the Lebanon Raiders who lead the Hanover Marauders 28-15 heading into the final quarter. And once again, a good defensive effort by the Raiders in the third quarter, outscoring their opponent 12-7, so giving up 7 points in 16 total minutes when you combine that second quarter there. So a strong effort defensively for the Raiders, and trying to put this one away here to improve to a perfect 3-0 as Wainwright, a strong move, gets that to fall. Wainwright sat a lengthy period of time on the bench there in the third quarter, but using that rest to her advantage there with a strong move in the paint and a quick score for the Raiders here in the early goings of the fourth quarter. And that's going to be a 5-second violation against Riccardi for Hanover, and another Marauders turnover. It's going to give the Raiders a chance to really make things difficult for Hanover. Just a reminder to stay tuned for a Kearsarge Chronicle for the Who, What, Where, When show of the region. It premieres at 7:30 every Tuesday and Thursday on WYCU Channel 20 and Comcast HD Channel 712. So the Raiders trying to extend their lead. Hastings kicks it over to Wainwright, finds McDonald. McDonald over to Mellendy, trying to use the pick from Wainwright. Loses the handle on that ball, and Hanover's going to be called for the foul. So a chance here for the Raiders to run a inbounds play. It's going to be Madeline Hastings to inbound the ball. Gets it into Wainwright. Back to Hastings. Mellendy with it now. Quick on the floor. And once again, Hanover called for yet another foul. That's going to be against Schwartz. Her second foul.
Picture of that.
And it looks like we're going to inbound it once again. Hastings under the basket. Still not in the bonus yet. And we're going to wait while someone ties his shoe. So we'll take a quick break from our YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week, brought to you by La Valley Building Supply. I'm Mike Pizzone, and we're here at Lebanon High School, where it's the Lebanon Raiders who lead their rival Hanover 30-15. With 6.5 to play here in the contest, trying to add to that lead in front of their home crowd and remain a perfect 3-0 on the season. So the story of the game tonight so far has been a great defensive effort by the Raiders, keeping the Marauders scoreless in the entire third quarter. Really being patient offensively, and specifically right now, forcing a lot of Hanover fouls. So once again, Hastings set to inbound the ball under her own basket. She finds Wolk, kicks it back to McDonald. Back to Hastings, approaching 6 minutes remaining now in the contest. Hastings back to Wolk. Hastings puts up the shot, and Hanover with the rebound, quick up the floor. Rohde with it now, and another pass to Riccardi. Riccardi can't handle the pass, and that's going to soar out of bounds, but they're going to say it's tipped by a Lebanon defender, so it's going to remain Hanover ball, facing a 15-point deficit. Just a reminder, our Game of the Week premieres on WYCU every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. That's Channel 20 Comcast or 712-8 HD. As the bucket there from Milliman cuts the deficit to 30-17 now for Hanover. McDonald with the ball, gets the ball over midcourt. Finds Wainwright. Wainwright strong, but kicks it up to Mellendy. Over to Hastings. McDonald with it now, being very patient. Hastings strong to the hoop, off the glass. Bounce off the rim a couple times, but could not fall. And now Rohde quick on the other end of the floor. Could be a palm, but no. Ball strong off the glass, and once again, we're going to go up and down the court. Bounce pass. Hastings off the glass, and that layup is going to fall this time. So now Lebanon leading this one 32-17. Inside 5 minutes to go. Milliman, the freshman, with the ball. Back to Rhodey. McGurin with it. Back to Riccardi. Kicks it in the corner. And now a three-pointer shot and a foul on the rebound. They're going to say that foul was against Wainwright on the rebound. And that's going to be her fourth foul, I believe. Hanover's going to take a timeout, so we'll take a timeout too from our YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week, brought to you by LaValle Building Supply. And it seems to be a couple quick shots now by Milliman. Early in the game, they were trying real hard to get her the ball in the paint, see if she can make some moves down low, but her last few attempts have been from beyond the arc, and that time a deep, probably 16, 18-foot jumper. As Hanover applying some pressure defense there, trying to get the takeaway, as the officials meet to discuss what just happened there. It looked like it was going to be a foul on Hanover. We'll see what the call is. They're going to say it's Lebanon ball. Not exactly sure. It doesn't look like they're going to call a foul, so just going to say it's going to remain Lebanon ball. Tricky place on the court to inbound. Not sure that's where she was intending to pass the ball. Nonetheless, Anna Wolke with it. Gives it to Melody. Hastings with it now. Finds Kendra McDonald. Wainwright playing with 4 fouls. Nice pass to Melody. She's going to put up the shot. Offensive rebound. She's brought to the floor. McDonald with the ball at the top of the key. Inside 4 minutes to go in the contest. Hastings using the pick. Gets it to Wainwright. McDonald being very patient. Not going to just put up a random three when she can look for that perfect pass and eat up even more clock. Wainwright gives it up to Hastings. And now finally a turnover as Rhodey brings it up the floor for the Marauders. Gets it to Schwartz. Schwartz going to put up the three. Can't get it to fall, and Wainwright with the rebound. But an intentional foul there for Hanover. Or at least it looked intentional. Looks like we'll be shooting in the bonus now for the Raiders. So a good chance to add to this lead. It's going to send Kendra McDonald to the line with her team up 32-17 inside 3.5 minutes remaining here in the final quarter. Lebanon looking to remain a perfect 3-0 on the season. McDonald gets the front end of the 1-and-1 to fall. And she converts the second. So a good pair of free throws from McDonald. Lebanon now leads this 34-17. Has the potential to be a low scoring, or the lowest scoring game for the Raiders so far this season. They scored just 48 points in their win over Milford earlier this week, but not sure they'll break the 40-point barrier tonight as we approach inside 3 minutes to go. Milliman converts that short jumper for Hanover. It's going to be their 19th point of the game. So for Hanover, they're a team that scored 55 points in their season opening win over Goffstown, and just 19 on the board right now for them. So both teams showing they can play some defense, but I'd imagine offensively, both of these coaches can't be too pleased with what they're seeing right now. McDonald with the ball. Inside 2.5 minutes to play now. Hastings with it for the Raiders. Back to Wainwright. Once again, good patience taking advantage of their lead in the clock and just eating up as much clock as possible and forcing Hanover to commit a foul, and that's just going to send the Raiders right back to the line. So Madeline Hastings now with an opportunity to extend the lead. And instead, Hanover's going to take a quick timeout, so we'll take a timeout too from our YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week, brought to you by LaValle Building Supply. And it's Madeline Hastings with a chance to add to Lebanon's lead right now, unable to do so as Hanover quick up the floor, approaching 2 minutes to play in the contest. McDonald chasing down a loose ball, a couple players falling on it now, and they're going to say Lebanon have possession, and they're going to call a timeout. So once again, we'll take that timeout too from our YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week, brought to you by LaValle Building Supply. We're here at Lebanon High School, where it's the home team, Lebanon Raiders, leading their biggest rival in Hanover 34-19 in the annual Wexler Cup game. Kendra McDonald facing a stiff Hanover defense right now, gets the ball down to Wainwright. Wainwright over to Hastings, back to McDonald, and a good move by Schwartz to knock that ball away. And they're going to say that's Lebanon ball. It looked like Schwartz was able to just kind of tip the ball and knock it out of bounds, but they're going to say that was last touched by McDonald, and Hanover reaping the benefits here. So Rhodey inbounds it to Riccardi. Nice move to her left hand. Can't get the layup to fall, and a hard foul by Milliman. And that's going to send Hastings to the line on the other end, I believe, with Lebanon in the double bonus now. So an untimely foul for Hanover. And Lebanon now with an opportunity to add to its lead. Hastings with 6 points now for the Raiders. Can't get that one to fall. Thought we were going to have a sub come in there, but an inadvertent whistle. And Hastings does get that to fall, so her 7th point of the day. And it's about that time, inside a minute and a half to play, to unveil our H.R. Clough Kearsarge Heating Oil Turning Up the Heat play of the game. So the honor has to go right now to the junior forward Jocelyn Wainwright. She has a team-high 8 points right now, including a couple strong power moves to the paint, in which she showed her ability to kind of power past the Hanover defender and use some nice touch and getting the ball off the glass and in. A couple similar plays she was able to convert tonight and has a team-high 8 points. So congratulations to Jocelyn Wainwright as our H.R. Clough Kearsarge Heating Oil Turning Up the Heat player of the game. As Hastings was able to convert one of 2 free throws there and actually get her 8th point. So now both Hastings and Wainwright have a team-high 8 points as Milliman puts up that long shot. Lebanon with the rebound. And she's going to be fouled. So with 1:08 remaining in the contest, Hastings is going to go back to the line with a chance to add to her 8-point total of the night and solidify a team high all by herself and surpass Wainwright. Although I'm sure that's not at all what she's thinking at the moment, just looking to give her team as many points as possible and move on to a perfect 3-0 start against their biggest rival. So a good home opener for the Raiders tonight. Hastings gets that to fall. Hanover with the rebound. Schwartz quick up the other end of the court. Gets it over to Riccardi. And Riccardi, her pass is picked off by Wainwright, so a strong defensive play by our player of the game so far tonight. And now it's Kendra McDonald who's going to be sent to the line in the double bonus. So Hanover sticking with the strategy of fouling, even though they're facing a pretty big deficit here, trailing 37-19. And McDonald's going to take to the free throw line on the intentional foul. All alone on the charity stripe right now. Inside 1 minute remaining. McDonald knocks down the first. McDonald is one of 4 seniors on the team this year for the Raiders. And she knocks down both. So now a 20-point advantage for the home team. And remember, it was the Raiders who trailed for the majority of the first half. They trailed for the whole entire first quarter and much of the second quarter, but not so much in the second half. Lebanon really able to pull away as they maintain possession because of the intentional foul. Although McDonald, still some physical play. Schwartz tried to steal that ball away from McDonald, and actually they're going to call that a jump ball and give it to Hanover. So inside 50 seconds remaining now. Lebanon up by 20. Ball goes to Schwartz in the corner. Nice move by Schwartz. Puts it up off the glass, but unable to get it to fall. Hastings with the rebound. A little bit of a wild pass picked off by Riccardi. Riccardi, her pass is picked off. Players hit the floor, and that looks like another jump ball. So this time it's going to go to Lebanon. And just 30 seconds remaining in the contest, all but a formality with 20 points remaining. And the Raiders looking to be a perfect 3-0 with some solid wins against some pretty good competition in Division II so far this year. So Hastings will inbound the ball once again. McDonald gets the ball across midcourt, back to Hastings. Inside 20 seconds remaining. Back to McDonald. Looking for an outlet. Gets it to Hastings. Inside 10 seconds to go. Falzerano with it now. She had a big three-pointer earlier in the contest. And that's going to do it for the Lebanon girls basketball team in their home opener as they put a 20-point victory over the biggest rival in the Hanover Marauders, and at the same time get a big victory in the annual Wexler Cup game. So congratulations to the Lebanon girls basketball team for a big win in their home opener, remaining a perfect 3-0 on the season. And a great effort by both Jocelyn Wainwright, our HR Clough Kearsarge Heating Oil Player of the Game, as well as Madeline Hastings, who finished with a game-high 9 points for the Raiders.
We're here with Coach Tim Kehoe after his team's 20-point victory over rival Lebanon. And Coach Kehoe, I got to imagine, you got to be happy with that defensive effort. I mean, shutting Hanover out in the entire second quarter, a low-scoring game, obviously, offensively, but defensively, I got to imagine you're very happy with that effort.
Yeah, I'm ecstatic. I thought we could be a special defensive team. We still got a ways to go. There's a lot of young players of both teams out there on the court, and a lot of jitters. But defensively, we held our composure, and I think we did a really nice job, especially after the first quarter and a little bit of jitters and getting behind a little bit and coming back and playing the way we did. We went small a lot tonight, and I still think we rebounded really well tonight, too.
And that was the big key. I mean, I saw, obviously, Wainwright had to spend a lot of the third quarter on the bench with the 4 fouls, but your team really able to keep rebounding even with her on the bench. I got to imagine you were happy with that as well.
Yeah, really happy. We've come a long way in a year. I think these kids have really worked hard in the off season, and I think they've improved, and it shows. I mean, I told them in there that a year ago, just imagine where we were, and we weren't even in the same place, and they've earned that right because they've worked pretty hard to get there.
Well, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
So that does it for our YCN Game of the Week, brought to you by LaValle Building Supply.